يلا بلينج بلانك برونج.
وصفه صعب مع مضاعة عسكري فض خدع نشاعة محسن غامض وصفه صعب غريب شهم أمره لم يكن كل خصومه أوهى كل خصومه أوهى ثغرة صدفة حوله ضمن مهل هكذا على ببساطة هي في دمي هي تجري مهارة خلف جدار الخوف توارى خصمي فلن يلقس وخسارة فالأفضل أنا والكل درى لم ألقاني الدل وجاري إذا داعي أن تهدي بهذري فخمن واخطو بحذري لما رأوني لوهلة بالظن أظلوني ضعيفا ثم يرى مني ما يعطف عقله مختلفا لو غيدك فاق فلن تكتفي ولن تحدث فرقا لو جئت هنا كي تتقصى عن سري فلا تشقى اسمع
يا مرآتي فلتجيبي
مهما كان أيا كان إن كان
من أقوانا من يرتقي للأعالي
حتى الآن لست من سيهان
سأجد
بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بام
سأجد
بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بام
سأجد
بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام 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 حتى الآن لست من سيهان
أي أنا تغبطني إني لن أنسى
محال.
أي لا حلم غير حلمي سأنال
العال
أي أنا تغبطني إني لن أنسى
محال.
أي لا حلم غير حلمي سأنال
العال يا ارتقيت بلا إجرام بلا دروس
برينج برينج
رغم أن من غار لاح له بريقي
برينج برينج
فجيب امتلأ بالمال ثرى لونه منذ ولدت يسعون بجد كي يفوز في وجه الأنقى كل تعابير الحزم ستلقى حظا صعبا إني لك لو خضت معي نزالا بمبا لو تحسب أني خيالي بطلا من قصص المانجا في حلمك تروى في صحبك سوف ترى
لم يجرح وجهي يوما لا لم أهزم في معركة لا السحر هو سلاح الكسلان أنا لدي حوايا المثلى
بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام 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 ده كما أريد بريم وبام براعة فنون وليس جنون
يا مرآتي فلتجيبي
مهما كان أيا كان إن كان
من أقوانا من يرتقي للأعالي
حتى الآن لست من سيهان سأجد بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بام
سأجد
بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بام
سأجد
بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام 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 حتى الآن لست من سيهان
أي أنا تغبطني إني لن أنسى
محال.
أي لا حلم غير حلمي سأنال
العال
أي أنا تغبطني إني لن أنسى
محال.
أي لا حلم غير حلمي سأنال
العال
أعطونا إياها مرة ثانية. لوب.
مع مضاعة عسكري فض خدع نشاعة محسن غامض وصفه صعب غريب شهم أمره لم يكن كل خصومه أوهى كل خصومه أوهى ثغرة صدفة حوله ضمن مهل هكذا على ببساطة
يا في دمي
هي في دمي هي تجري مهارة خلف جدار الخوف توارى خصمي فلن يلقس وخسارة فالأفضل أنا والكل درى
السكانر الجديد نزل.
إذا لا داعي أن تهدي بهذري فخمن واخطو بحذري
لما رأوني لوهلة بالظن أظلوني ضعيفا ثم يرى مني ما يعطف عقله مختلفا لو غيدك فاق فلن تكتفي ولن تحدث فرقا لو جئت هنا كي تتقصى عن سري فلا تشقى اسمع
يا مرآتي فلتجيبي
مهما كان أين كان
من أقوانا من يرتقي للأعالي
حتى الآن لست من
سيهان.
سأجد بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بام
سأجد
بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بام
سأجد
بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام 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 حتى الآن لست من
سيهان.
أي أنا تغبطني إني لن أنسى
محال.
أي لا حلم غير حلمي سأنال
العال.
أي أنا تغبطني إني لن أنسى
محال.
أي لا حلم غير حلمي سأنال
العال يا ارتقيت بلا إجرام بلا دروس
برينج برينج
رغم أن من غار لاح له بريقي
برينج برينج.
فجيبي امتلأ بالمال ثراء لونه منذ ولدت يسعون بجد كي يفوز في وجه الأنقى كل تعابير الحزم ستلقى حظا صعبا إني لك لو خضت معي نزالا بمبا لو تحسب أني خيالي بطلا من قصص المانجا في حلمك تروى في صحبك سوف ترى
لم يجرح وجهي يوما لا لم أهزم في معركة لا السحر هو سلاح الكسلى فأنا لدي قواي المثلى
بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام 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 ده كما أريد بريم وبام وبام براعة فنون وليس جنون
أي
يا مرآتي فلتجيبي براعة
لحظة،
فنون
ده كان
بريم
أوريد.
بام بام بريم بام 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 ده كما أريد بريم وبام وبام بام بريم بام 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 ده
That's
كما
so
أريد
nice. بحس بفكرها think about it. ده كما أريد.
بريم بام بام بريم بام 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 ده كما أريد بريم وبام وبام براعة فنون وليس جنون
أي
يا مرآتي فلتجيبي
أيا كان.
من أقوى من يرتقي للأعالي حتى الآن لست من
أيوه.
سأجد بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بام
سأجد
بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بام
سأجد
بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام 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 حتى الآن لست من سيهان أي أنا تغبطني إني لن أنسى أي لا حلم غير حلمي سأنال
العال
أي أنا تغبطني إني لن أنسى أي لا حلم غير حلمي سأنال
العال
كذا مع مضاعف عبقري فض خدع نشاعه مرسل غامض وصفه صعب غريب شهم أمره لم يكن كل خصومه أوهى كل خصومه أوهى ثغرة صدفة حوله ضمن مهلا هكذا على ببساطة
Bowler balance.
يا في دمي يا في
Use rate. Adjusted win rate. مين هاي أصلا؟
هي في دمي هي تجري مهارة خلف جدار الخوف توارى خصمي فلن يلقس وخسارة فالأفضل أنا والكل درى لم ألقى ند وجاري
إذا لا داعي أن تهدي بهذري فخمن واخطو بحذري
لما رأوني لوهلة بالظن أذلوني ضعيفا ثم يرى مني ما يعطف عقله مختلفا لو غيدك فاق فلن تكتفي ولن تحدث فرقا لو جلت هنا كي تتقصى
والله صار لاعب 3300 جيم.
يا مرآتي فلتجيبي
أو فهمت.
من أقوى من يرتقي للأعالي حتى الآن لست من سيهان سأجد بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بام
سأجد
بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام
Empty battery.
سأجد
بريم بام بام بريم بام
Bullet breaks.
بام حتى الآن لست
اه بيشرح لك. شحن موبايله 430. كان بإمكانه يطلق 235 كتاب.
العال
هولي شيت.
العال
تخيل احنا الكتب كنا بنقدر نقراها بدل ليك.
يا ارتقيت بلا إجرام بلا دروس رغم أن من غار لاح له بريقي
بلينك بلينك.
فجيبي امتلأ بالمال ثراء لونه منذ ولدت يسعون بجد كي يفوز في وجه الأنقى
ليه صوتي واطي؟ ميكروفوني صار ضعيف ولا شو؟ خليني اجرب اسمع
لو
صوتي.
خضت معي نزالا بمبا لو تحسب أني خيالي بطلا من قصص المانجا في حلمك تروى في صحبك سوف ترى
الو مرحبا.
يوما لا لم أهزم
ما بعرف
في
هيك واطي ولا لا.
معركة السحر
يلا.
هو سلاح الكسلى فأنا لدي قواي المثلى
بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بام
Think about it.
بريم وبام وبام براعة فنون وليس جنون
أي
يا مرآتي يا مرآتي فلي تجيبي.
من أقوى من يرتقي للأعالي
من لا نهائن.
سأجد بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام
عم البين 113.
سأجد
بينج بونج بونج بينج بونج بونج بينج بونج. خليك مطفي اليوم. خليك مطفي. خليك تلاقي. مو حال. مو حال. مو حال. بالعال. 122 125. حياة عيسى. اي اي اوه 108. اوه لاج. هلا مشغل الاكزيت لاج ما ثاني.
هي في دمي هي تجري مهارة خلف جدار الخوف توارى خصمي فلن يلقس وخسارة فالأفضل أنا والكل درى لم ألقى ند وجاري
بدل مش ستيبل انترنت. بس انا ليش عم بعمل فاتنج لهون؟ الحال العال كيف نط الشامبي تبعي اختفى. That's crazy. I've eaten soon.
يا ارتقيت بلا إجرام بلا رغم أن من غار لاح له بريقي فجيب امتلأ بالمال ترى لونه منذ ولدت يسعون بشد كي يفوز في وجه الأنقاض حقا صعبا
Maybe ما كان فدا على هالبيت.
لو تحسب أني خيالي بطلا من قصص
المانجا.
في حلمك تروى في صحبك سوف ترى
لم يجرح وجهي يوما
لا.
أوزم في معركة
لا.
السحر هو سلاح الكسلان
كسلان.
أنا لدي قواي
مثلا.
بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام 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 لكم أريد بريم وبام براعة فنون وليس جنون
يا مرآتي يا مرآتي فتجيبي إن كان المعالي حتى الآن نفس من سيهان. بينج بلانج بلانج بينج بلانج بينج بلانج بينج بلانج بلانج بينج بلانج 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 سأجدو بلانج بلانج بينج بلانج بلانج بينج بلانج 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 من سيهان. You are dead my friend. العال شو هاللاج؟ هذه الحياة تعيسة. زعل. Executed. That's good. That's good. That's it. A good execute. Good execute. Good execute. Well played. لا زعل بيكون لانه he was gonna win the lane automatically on his own I think without me ganking him. فيعني over اني اخذ منه كمان CS. I wanted to wait for time to be honest. If I smited earlier that would have been great. To steal it that's kind of ridiculous. ايوه take it عيونك لعيونك هاي. Take it. We're equal now. سأجدو حبيبي والله نفسي اعطيك ايموت بس والله ما عندي ولا ايموت على الاكونت. شو اي كبسه اصلا الايموت؟ فيش اعطيه واحده هيك. هل هو هيعطيني واحده؟
يا ارتقيت بلا
لا في
إجرام
عنده
بلا
معركه.
دروسي
برينج برينج.
أن من غار لاح له بريقي
بلينج بلينج شدينج. واني خيالي او بطل من قصص المانجا. لا 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 يا مرآتي إن كان حتى الآن مرسوما الألوان. Oh shit. Hey. مساء نال. أنال. اتش بي اوت بلاي. ايه ببساطة خلينا نشوف نمر على الجنجل تبعه لانه هو عم ياخذ هاي على الاغلب الا اذا هو سمارت بطريقه غريبه. يعني عمل كثير من هون لهون بعدين ما في كان برينج. شكله هلا حيطلع
إذا لا داعي أن تهدي بهذري فخمن واخطو بحذري.
حذري ضعيفة بالي كأنك بوتلين كمان مرة غريب. هلا أولاف is not getting more kills على هالتراندل بس الشامبيون I guess. حتى من عالي شايوهان سأجدو 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 حتى الآن لست من سيهان. ايه بالعال بالعال مو حال بالعال. maybe كأني لفيت الكرة الأرضية. أظن أنا لفيت الكرة الأرضية. my bad لا my bad honestly لفيت الكرة الأرضية. أو بطلا من قصص المانجا لن يهزم. لا تسلم لا كما ولد آتي فتو حتى الآن مثل من سيهان. سأشتو قلة الأدب لا أحبها. اي والعال معال نحشة. اي هكذا انا عم ببساطة. تن بدمي يا
هي في دمي هي تجري مهارة خلف جدار الخوف توارى خصمي فلن يلقس وخسارة فالأفضل أنا والكل درى لم ألقاني الدل وجاري
بلينك
إذا لا داعي أن تهدي بهذري فخمن واخطو بحذري.
no he's dead. Run. There he is. Just run. Can we dive top? Yeah, that's gonna be the throw play here. سيهان سأجدو سيهان. اي معال بالعال معال
يا ارتقيت بلا إجرام بلا دروس
برينج
رغم أن من غار لاح له بريقي
away.
فجيب ابتلى
اعطينا الشارمينج. خافت من الدبليو تبعتي. اريا بلشت عشان عمل دبليو على وجهها.
حظا صعبا إني لك لو خضت معي نزالا ضبا لو تحسب أني خيالي بطلا من قصص المانجا في حلمك تروى في صحبك
لم يجرح وجهي يوما لا لم أوزن في معركة لا السحر هو سلاح الكسلان أنا لدي قبال لا
بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام 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 لك ما أريد بريم وبام وبام براعة فنون وليس جنون.
What the fuck? انا كنت مخبي الابيلتيز عشان عارف شاكوز قريب بس he actually took a while. Yeah, maybe I told you here should I just eat in على طول. what? بالعال I might be stalling here if I could see box. Okay. Ooh, why am I even going there? Brain damage. هذا عنه ببساطة. شوف هذا وين رايح. اي توك ان اكسترا شوت. شو اللايف ستيل هذا؟ اطلع لك تاكل توريت شوت على هاللايف. مش مثلي انا باكل توريت شوت وانا عندي نيجاتيف ارمور.
إذا داعي أن تهدي بهذري فخمن واخط بحذري.
حذري ضعيفة. I wouldn't be surprised if the enemy jungler carries because I'm bad and I gave him a kill قبل شوي. Wouldn't be surprised. حتى الآن لست من سيهان. بس لازم ألعب حساب عليهم الحياة حلوة. شاكر يكون عندهم وأنا حكون عندهم كمان. اي شاكر will be here. عندي فوق نفر نفر واجد فوق. في كثير لاقة فكرة. رغم أن من غار لاح له بريقي. Ring. فجيب امتلأ بالمال ثراء. Where's my champion going? منذ ولدت يسعون بشدة كي يفوز في وجه الألقى كل تعابير الحزم ستلقى حطا صعبا إني لك لو خضت معي نزالا بمبا لو تحسب أني خيالي بطلا من قصص المانجا. Good ball. والله يا جماعة سموا بالله. فيكس ستوب ولا شو؟ أيا كان إن كان. What the fuck are you doing, brother? اقتلوهم ولكم الجنة. اي شو الحال؟ بالعال مو حال للعال. The diving master. مش مشكلة عم بخبط كلها هاي تمويهات بس لا المشكلة التمويهة ما لها فايدة. هلا حيموت والله هلا. اوه شيت الاثنين ساكرفايس معناته ما حيموت ولا. حذري حياخذ 2 ويفز. خذ بليز 2 ويفز. شو قصتك مع التوريت شوتس؟ الاخر طالع والله. What the fuck? This guy's crazy. حتى الآن لست من سيهان. لساتهم ولا حدا عم بيقرب على الأولى. اوكي whatever يعني فاقدين الأمل هذول. هذا 0-6 ترندل زي كأنه أنا. You don't die here, you don't die. should have walked away here. بس حسيت آري لما عملت ألتي لجوا كمان مرة حمسنا شوي. الله عمل جوست قبل ما يشوفوه حتى. لا لا كسلان. اوه وين الكيو رامي هي اولا؟ يا مرآتي فاتوا حتى الآن لست من سيهان. أول مرة بحياتي بشوف جينكس مفيزة. زمان ما شفت المنظر السيزون. تعال تعال شكوا معه مش عارف. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا شو اللاج هاد؟ هلا شاكو حيكون موجود. شوف البريدكشن اعمل التي من هلا. خطأ فادح بس في فيكس التي. فيكس ألت جاي. لا فيكس حتى ما لعب تطلع. ضعيفا مختلفا. ايوه ايوه حتى الآن لست من سيهان. عمي والله في كتير لاج. fuck is this shit. كل اوتو اتاك عندي بينجو مختلف. خلنا نعرف شو نسوي. لا لا لا
يا ارتقيت بلا إجرام بلا دروس.
بينج برينج
رغم أن من غار لاح له بريقي.
بينج برينج
فجيب امتلأ بالمال ثرى لونه. منذ ولدت يسعون بشد كي يفوز في وجه الأنقى. كل تعابير الحزم ستلقى حظا صعبا. إني لك لو خدت معي نزالا بمبا.
طولت الريكونكت لكون علق.
من قصص المانجا.
فاك
صاحبك سوف ترى.
لم يجرح وجهي يوما لا لم أهزم في معركة
لا.
السحر هو سلاح الكسلان.
إسلام.
أنا لدي قوايا مثلها.
كأنه هاي لقلقة الهيرالد. انتوا فوتوا زي ما بدكم واشيلكم المنيا اللي عم يضرب. I need helping. I need helping. I may need some helping. الفيكس دائما في عالم I like it. I love it. الفيكس كانت تعمل كاري للجيم.
خلف جدار الخوف توارى. خصمي فلن يلقس وخسارة. فالأفضل أنا والكل درى. لم ألقاني الدل جاري.
لماذا داعي أن تهدي بهدري فخذني الوقت بحذري.
لما رأوني لوهلة بالظن أظلوني ضعيفا. ثم يرى مني ما يعطف عقله مختلفا. لو غيرك فاق فلن تكتفي ولن تحدث فرقا. لو جئت هنا كي تتقصى عن سري فلا تشقى. اسمع
يا مرآتي
فلتجيبي أيا كان إن كان. سكر الباب. hell, man? People come in the house, in the room, and they don't close the door. سأجدو. ايه تعال. اقتلوهم يسعون بجد.
رغم أن من غار لاح له بريقي فجيب امتلأ بالمال ثراء لونه منذ ولدت يسعون بجد كي يفوز في وجه الأنقى كل تعابير الحزم ستلقى حظا صعبا إني لك لو خضت معي نزالا بمبا لو تحسب أني خيالي بطلا من قصص المانجا في حلمك تروى في صحبك سوف ترى
لم يجرح وجهي يوما لا لم أهزم في معركة لا السحر هو سلاح الكسلان أنا لدي قواي المثلى
بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام 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 لك ما أريد بريم وبان وبان براعة فنون وليس جنون
ليش كلياتهم لونهم رمادي؟ شو صار؟ كلياتهم ميتين. ليش هذا البار فوق رايح؟ بدي اعرف التايمر زين لو سمحت. تعرف التايمر.
مع مضاعف عبقري فض خدع نشاعه محسن غامض وصفه صعب غريب شهم أمره لم يكن كل خصومه أوهى كل خصومه أوهى هكذا على البساطة
في حدا ناقص وين؟ ولا في اف كي بقول I was like man he's nowhere on the map.
لما رأوني لوحدة بالظن أذلوني ضعيفا ثم يرى مني ما يعطف عقله مختلفا
I think we're kind of wasting the time here though. يلا do something Olaf. Why the fuck were you AFK man? Q. سيوان.
سأجدو بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام بام سأجدو بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام سأجدو بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام
How fucking low elo صرنا. حس لعبة كثير خرائق. هات لعبة يعني بس انه.
يا ارتقيت بلا إجرام بلا دروس رغم أن من غار لاح له بريقي فجيب امتلأ بالمال ثراء لونه كي يفوز في وجه الأنقى كل تعابير الحزم ستلقى حظا صعبا إني لك لو خضت معي نزالا بمبا لو تحسب أني خيالي بطلا من قصص المانجا في حلمك تروى في صحبك سوف ترى
لم يجرح وجهي يوما
We might actually lose this because they don't seem like they're good players, but we got lucky
أنا لدي قواي المثلى
بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام 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 لك ما أريد بريم وبان وبان براعة فنون وليس جنون
انا عم بلعب هيك هبل كمان. نايس. What the fuck did I eat? Nah. Oh my god. What? We're losing. I fucking eat the jinx. What? Did I troll too much? I think so. Hey. You're gonna lose, you're gonna die. You can't shoot the jinx. It's always the jinx, man. It's always. Should I start playing jinx?
fuck Jinx to get all these items? Now we're so behind. We're level 13 versus level 17. Oh my god. We trolled too much, I think. Jack was level 17. Fuck. Even Jinx is level 14. I don't even think I can clear the jungle at this point. At this point, I feel like we're weaker. We're actually weaker than them. Like our whole team is actually weaker than them. So what do we do now? Do we just farm? What an interesting item I spawned on. Ola.
يا ارتقيت بلا إجرام بلا دروس رغم أن من غار لاح له بريقي فجيب ابتلى بالمال ثراء لونه منذ ولدت يسعون بشد كي يفوز في وجه كل تعابير الحسن ستلقى حقا صعبا إني لك لو خدت معي نزالا بغى لو تحسب أني خيالي بطلا من قصص المانيا في قلبك تروى صحك سوف ترى لن تجرح وجهي ومن دار حزن في معركة لا
خلصوا عليهم خلصوا عليهم ايوه خلصوا عليهم I think I beat him. It's okay, I'll take it. No worries. I don't know about this one. So whatever. They're coming, they're coming. يا ريتنا ضربنا من جينكس التي كان ساعدنا نعمل ليش. كان عمل لنا ليش شوي. سبحان الله قربت ليفل 16 بعد الفايت. ختم هذا جيك. هلا نرجع نلعب على اللعبة الطبيعي. Weird. What the fuck? So weird. Okay, she was actually alone. Maybe we can fight the diary. We give it. I think we lost. We might have lost the game here. Okay, she cleared the way. Because they looked at me. I don't know why they even looked at me. Need help. Need help. Oh my god, I'm fucking...
يا ارتقيت بلا إجرام بلا دروس رغم أن من غار لاح له بريقي فجيب ابتلى بالمال ثراء لونه منذ ولدت يسعون
Stop, die. I think we lost the game.
سلاح مجال يا مرآتي يا مرآتي
كم صرنا هلا دايموند 320 LP تقريبا.
سلسلة
حال. Mark my words. We didn't lose from Baron, by the way. We lost because of None of us actually were playing the game. None of the players. None of any ولا حدا كان عم بيلعب طبيعي حسيت. او هو هيك دائما I guess. ولا انا يعني انا خريج. Best brawlers in Brawl Stars. Best teams in Brawl Stars. شو قصدكم يعني best brawlers؟ شوف انا هاي ستيلو. Mythic. كيف في طريقة أعمل فيها ستريم للآيفون؟
خصمي فلن يلقس وخسارة فالأفضل أنا والكل درى لم ألقاني الدل وجاري برينج برينج لذا داعي أن تهدي بهذري فخمن واخطو بحذري لما رأوني لوهلة بالظن أظلوني ضعيفا ثم يرى مني ما يعطف عقله مختلفا لو غيدك فاق
إيدي وسخة مان.
ولن تحدث فرقا لو جلت هنا كي تتقصى عن سري فلا تشقى اسمع يا مرآتي فلتجيبي مهما كان أيا كان إن كان من أقوانا من يرتقي للأعالي حتى الآن لست منسى
4%.
سأجد بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام 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 سأجد بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام 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 سأجد بريم بام بام بريم بام بام بريم بام 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 حتى الآن
أتوقع أحسن من هيك.
أنا الضابط إني لن أزال
Every brawl rate from worst
خلص أغنية طلتني. أنا already
to
مسؤول.
best in the competitive meta right now. And a lot has changed since the last tier list. Tons of balance changes and everything's all over the place.
Oh, wow.
So I reached out to some of the best players in the world to help me rank every brawler from worst to best. And huge thank you to them because I could not have made it better myself. Like actually, there's a reason why I use pros to make this tier list. First up, bottom of the F tier, worst brawler in the game, Hank. Hank hasn't received any balance changes in months and he slowly fell to the
What
very
the
bottom
fuck
of
is
this
this
tier.
champ?
He
No.
just kind of crashed there. They made one change to him and he went from great to terrible. Not being able to hide in the grass while charging his bubble and not being able to heal while he's charging his bubble are just two massive weaknesses
أي
that
واحد
are
هو.
really difficult for him to overcome.
No,
Next
no.
is Frank, also staying in the F tier. No changes to Frank. He's
تبعي طلع فتير.
received more counters now that people
هذا اللي صرفت كل المصارية عليه.
have hypercharges and stuff
وين
like
الصوت بدي أسمع. من يهزم قلبي يوما ما.
that. He just in the F tier. No changes to Frank. He's received more counters now that people have hypercharges and stuff like that. He just kind of sucks still. Unless you want to use him in like the big friend game mode, but there are better options to use than him. Okay, next we have Kit moving from the very, very, very top of the S tier all the way down into the F tier. Oh, the legendary has fallen. Very briefly, Kit was the best brawler in the game, and he quickly received several emergency nerfs. And between then and now, he has been nerfed and reworked to the point that he's basically unplayable. He's not very good. And we've got more to cover. But first, Samsung has teamed up with Tribe and they are doing something absolutely insane. And that's if they were water a Samsung Galaxy All-Stars records as possible. Of course, they probably wouldn't have much success if they weren't using the Samsung Galaxy S24. And item will be, make sure you check it out. These are D tier is Surge. Options, they're just not quite as bad as the F tier brawlers. Staying in the D tier is Surge. Surge received another buff to his health, but his biggest issue is getting that first supercharged up, and that additional health just hasn't helped him quite enough to bump him up a tier. Next, we have Janet moving from the B tier down into the D tier. Janet actually didn't get any kind of nerfs or anything like that, but she didn't get buffed, and she's really struggling to keep up with the current meta. Next is Bonnie moving from the B tier down into the D tier, and pretty much the same thing can be said
يا حبيبي المينز تبعوني كلهم دي و اف.
about Bonnie. Brawlers that didn't get balance changes or their hypercharge this update are probably considered worse than before. Carl's moving from the C tier down into the D tier. Oh, my boy. He's always been like a decent all-around brawler, but his super is just too easy to counter right now, so he
أنا هذا كنت بدي أجيبه.
struggles a bit. Chester's moving from the C tier down to the D tier. Once again, another brawler who did not receive any balance changes, but also does not have a hypercharge, so there's better options in the game. Okay, next are the C tier brawlers. These are also not competitive options, but they're decent outside of the competitive meta and maybe
شو
useful.
الهايبر تشارج هذا؟ شو يعني هايبر تشارج؟ احلى الهايبر تشارج هي هاي اخر حركه الالتيميت بكون معمول لها باف. يعني في كاركترز لسه ما عندهم هايبر تشارج. That is so stupid.
Sometimes competitively. Like it's very, very niche specific counters or, you know, stuff like that. First up is Sam, staying in the C tier. Sam's probably a little bit worse than he was before because his counters have gotten stronger, but he's still playable in the right situation. Next is Penny, who's moving from the D tier up into the C tier. She received a couple of damage buffs, and while she's probably still below average, she's certainly not the worst brawler in the game. Next is Mandy, moving from the B tier down into the C tier. No changes were made to Mandy, but the other sharpshooters in the game are just much better than her, including Angelo. Next is Tick, moving from the B tier down into the C tier. Most of the throwers right now are really struggling with all the new hypercharges coming out, mostly because of the speed buffs that they provide. Tick has been affected the most since he has the lowest HP in the game. Next is Mr. P, moving from the B tier down into the C tier. Now, Mr. P didn't get any balance changes and is another brawler that really struggles against aggressive metas, so he's kind of struggling right now. Mortis, moving from the B tier down into the C tier. Also affected very harshly by other close range brawlers getting their hypercharges. He's still a very good option to counter specific brawlers though. Daryl is actually moving from the D tier up into the C tier. He received a really big buff to his projectile speed, and it has actually made a big difference for him. He's still obviously not as good as other tanks with hypercharges, but he actually made a big difference for him. He's still obviously not as good as other tanks with hypercharges, but he can sort of hold his own at the moment. Chuck is moving from the B tier down into the C tier. Many of Chuck's counters became stronger with this update, so he got a lot weaker even in a heist. You just have to make sure you have a Chuck counter and you're solid. Willow is moving from the B tier down into the C tier. The one thing going for Willow is the fact that her super is great at countering hypercharged brawlers as long as you can hit them. And that's the only thing really going for her, so it is hit or miss, depending on whether or not you hit or miss. Barley's moved from the B tier down to the C tier. Like I mentioned earlier, Barley's a thrower, and even his huge area control, he's getting power crept pretty hard right now. Throwers are struggling against these fast-moving hypercharged brawlers. Tara is moving from the B tier down into the...
لحظة شوي، لما أكون أنا هايبر تشارج السبيد تبعت الكاركتر كلها بتزيد؟ شو يعني هايبر تشارج؟ بس الالتيميت ولا السبيد تاع الكاركتر؟ شو قصدهم بالسبيد؟ يكون عن جد موفمنت سبيد. نو واي قصدهم بالموفمنت سبيد. بديش العب اذا الموفمنت سبيد بيكون عندهم زياده.
To the C tier. Tara has been a pretty decent counter pick against aggressive metas in the past, but she didn't get any balance changes right now, and even she is too weak to keep up with these really aggressive hypercharged brawlers. Ash is staying in the C tier. He received a small buff to his rage charge, and he is a little bit better than before, but probably not quite enough to bump him up a whole tier. Still C tier. Okay, next we have the B tier brawlers. B tier brawlers are competitive. You don't pick them in every single mode, map, or whatever. You want to use them in specific situations, but if played right, they can help you win for sure. Just not quite as strong as the A and S tier brawlers. And at the bottom of the B tier, we have Byron staying in the B tier. He didn't receive any balance changes, and even though he's still a little weak overall, he's a pretty decent support brawler, and there's always some room for that in the meta, I think. We also have Poco moving from the C tier up into the B tier. And Poco's stats are a little underwhelming, but he's slightly better of a healer than Byron is currently because it's much easier to actually hit your teammates. How is it that randoms can both be terrible at dodging shots and also so good at dodging your heals? It makes no sense. Whatever. Next, we have Gus moving from the C tier up into the B tier. And Gus actually has pretty decent stats for being a support brawler, but ever since his kooky popper gadget's been nerfed, he's been pretty below average. Next is Squeak staying in the B tier. Squeak's only slightly worse than before because of his ability to slow brawlers down and control large areas, and so he's still pretty good, but he doesn't have any answers to like aggressive brawlers that get too close to him, and that happens a lot these days. Up next is Nita staying in the B tier. Now she received a small buff to her bear's total health, which obviously obviously makes it a little bit harder to get rid of, but she's still just about as good as she was before. Next is RT, moving from the A tier down into the B tier. And RT is always a pretty safe choice, but right now there are much better long-range brawlers, which is mainly what RT has been used for in the past. Next we have Maisie, who's moving from the S tier down to the B tier. Maisie's supercharge rate got nerfed, which made a huge difference for her, and then shortly after that, her hypercharge got nerfed as well, so she isn't nearly as good as she was. Up next is Ems, staying in the B tier. And this is actually
في واحدة سوبر تشارج في هايبر تشارج. شو الهايبر تشارج هلا؟
one of the brawlers that has been able to maintain her spot on the tier list despite not getting any balance changes for a long time. She's just pretty good at dealing damage and still kind of has the same counters. Next is Max, staying in the B tier. No balance changes to her, but her super alone is enough to make her at least an average brawler, especially when she charges up her hypercharged teammate. Next is Lola, staying in the B tier. Lola still has enough damage and range to be a good safe brawler, and she's right about where she was on my last tier list. Bam is moving from the A tier down into the B tier. She's still one of the better healers in the game, but hypercharges are all about burst damage, and that's something that her super does not handle well. Next is B, staying in the B tier. B is really fragile, but she also has great range and solid damage and even some good utility. She's probably the most average brawler at the game right now, and in the hands of the right player can be pretty good, but in the hands of everybody else, probably not. Rosa is moving from the A tier down into the B tier. The more close range brawlers that get their hypercharges, the more average I think Rosa is going to become. It also didn't help that the damage boost from her hypercharge got nerfed pretty hard. Next is Bull, staying in the B tier. And he has basically the same problem as Rosa has, but he's actually a little bit better at getting close to enemies than she is. Buster is also staying in the B tier. Now Buster doesn't have a hypercharge, his attack damage got nerfed, but he's still one of the better tanks in the game right now just because of how useful his gadget and his super are. Next is Gale, staying in the B tier. Now Gale got a couple of slight buffs to his super, and he's honestly pretty good at keeping aggressive brawlers away, even though he doesn't deal a ton of damage. And that damage honestly is probably why he's not higher than the B tier at the moment. Next is Grom, staying in the B tier. Now even though throwers are struggling in this meta, Grom is still actually a decent brawler because of how much damage he can do at such a long range. It's a little bit hard to hit your shots if he's on a wide open map, but on maps where there are walls that prevent people from moving in away from his attacks, he's really solid. Next we have Brock, also staying in the B tier. Brock might be used slightly less than before because of how many better long range brawlers there are right now, but he's still actually pretty good. Okay, next we have Doug, who was in the F tier and he's moving all the way up into the B tier. Now Doug has received some crazy buffs that lasted a little while, and honestly he might have been an S tier brawler right when the update first dropped because of how much he could heal his teammates with every single attack, but they quickly nerfed that and now he's just a little bit above average. Next we have Rico, staying in the B tier. Nothing changed with Rico. He's still really good on a few decent maps, but otherwise he's just okay everywhere else. Next we have Edgar, moving from the A tier down into the B tier. Edgar's hypercharge was reworked like crazy, okay? It's had some buffs, some nerfs. Overall, he's definitely worse than before, but far from being useless like he has been in the past. So thanks, hypercharge. Next, we got Otis, staying in the B tier. Now, Otis received a very slight damage buff to his attack and to his gadget, and there honestly is a lot of good controversy right now with how the pros think of Otis, actually. So he might be a little bit better than B tier. He might just be B tier. Just take this ranking with a grain of salt because the pros did not entirely agree with his placement. Next is Crow, moving from the A tier down into the B tier. Like the rest of the hypercharged brawlers in the game, Crow's hypercharge went through some major reworks, and he came out of it a little bit worse than he was before. Next is Meg, staying in the B tier. Meg just has an insane amount of health for how much range she has. She's not one of the best
لما يصير عنده ليفل 11 هاي المشعلله بس في كمان شيء اسمه سوبر تشارج. شو يعني سوبر تشارج؟
brawlers, but she's a solid option almost everywhere. So B tier makes a lot of sense for her. Next is Colt, staying in the B tier. And Colt is also a decent option on just about every map, even after all the nerfs to his hypercharge, and even though he's pretty hard to use. Next is 8-Bit, staying in the B tier. And 8-Bit has great range, it does plenty of damage, but just like always, his slow movement speed continues to keep him out of higher tiers. Next is Jackie, actually moving from the A tier down into the B tier. And the changes made to Jackie's hypercharge were an overall nerf, and now she can actually be countered by certain brawlers again, so B tier makes sense for her. Next is Ruffs, staying in the B tier. Now Ruffs got a buff to his attack.
انا عندي هلا واحد هذا ابو الفلوس اللي بيرش فلوس. انا متامل هذا يكون من الهاي تير.
انه حبيت العبه حسيته قوي كتير.
Damage as well as the damage to his gadget. It hasn't made a huge difference since he's a support brawler, but he's still certainly being used a lot more. Up next is Eve, staying in the B tier. And nothing has changed for Eve, but she might actually be a little bit better than before just because she's a good counter to a lot of the top long-range brawlers at the moment. Stu is moving from the A tier down into the B tier. Now, while Stu will always be one of the best brawlers in the game for dodging attacks, he has been power crept on lately, and his overall damage output just isn't what it has been in the past. Next, we have Lou moving from the S tier down into the very top of the B tier. Now, Lou's hypercharge has just been nerfed, and since that's the only thing that really brought him up into the S tier in the first place, he's back to being somewhat average despite having one of the best hypercharge abilities in the game. Okay, next we have the A tier brawlers. These brawlers are very competitive. They're just not overpowering strong like a lot of the S tier options. Starting us off is Dynamite, staying in the A tier. And Dynamite is one of only 2 throwers in the game with a hypercharge, and its ability alone is enough to make him A tier. It's so good. Up next is Sandy, staying in the A tier. Sandy isn't quite as good as he was before, but his super is still strong enough to make him a competitive brawler. Bo is actually moving from the S tier down into the A tier. Bo had a buff to his attack damage a while back, and it made him broken. Since then, he's been nerfed, and he's struggling even more in this meta against some of these sharpshooters. Still a very solid option though. Sprout is moving from the B tier up into the A tier. Sprout is now the second thrower in the game with a hypercharge, but it honestly is probably the weakest hypercharge in the game right now. Sprout is still a very good solid option on the maps that it's always been good on, so it's just a little bit better now. Gray is staying in the A tier, and Gray is another brawler that has a super that's good enough to just keep him in the A tier, even though he didn't get any balance changes. It pairs super well with a lot of other brawlers, especially when they have their hypercharges. Next is Miko, moving from the S tier down to the A tier, and I gotta say, I love to see it. Miko got an overall nerf to his hypercharge, but I think more importantly, lots of players have just figured out the timing of his jumps, so he's just not quite as good as he was when he was first released. And when he was first released, man, he was so good. Next is BB, who is moving from the F tier all the way up into the A tier. BB's hypercharge has made an absolute world of difference for her, and like a few other tanks in the game, has gone from being one of the worst brawlers to being a good brawler. In fact, a somewhat competitive option. Even if you don't get that bubble split, when she's hypercharged, she just has so much extra speed and shield, like she's able to just do a lot better. Next, we have Shelly, staying in the A tier. Now, Shelly's hypercharge changes weren't really enough to move her far up or down from where she was in the last tier, though she's pretty much exactly where she was. Next, we have Fang moving from the S tier down into the A tier. Fang's hypercharge was absolutely broken when
عارف انا ما وقفتش اكل. جيت بشمعة خليها تعطينا ريحة، بس ان شاء الله ما تحرق لي الست اب.
when it first came out, and it has been
every hypercharge from worst to best. ما خلينا نشوف.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be taking a look at all 6 hypercharges in the game.
Brawl Stars ranks. نفس الفيديو هذا.
This is every brawler ranked from worst to best. Might even be slightly better than last update. Next is Colette, moving from the S tier down into the A tier. Even through Colette's high in the A tier. No balance changes for with some of the other brawlers, so not quite an S tier brawler, but still very solid. Next we have Griff, moving from
اوكي في عندك هذاك المصارع. في عندك هاي البيسك بوكيمون وعندك الجيني. اوكي انا بلعب المصارع وبلعب الجيني. عندي داينامايك هذا.
from the C tier all the way up into the A tier.
اوكي هذا عندي يا ابو الاي تير هلا عم بلعبه.
Oh, I love that. I love playing Griff. Griff got some damage buffs, and they seemed small, but
الشمعة الفاشلة هاي بتكب على الطاولة على طول.
apparently they made a huge difference for him. And
No, I don't like this. حتى ما في ريحة. الفاضي. What the fuck؟ كان لازم احطها بصحن؟
he's now back to being a very strong brawler. Next, we have Piper staying in the A tier. No balance changes for Piper. She just seems to be doing slightly better because of how the meta has shifted. Long-range brawlers are better right now, and she's one of the best. Next is Nani staying in the A tier. Another long-range brawler, and she is specifically good for countering other long-range brawlers, so she might even be slightly better than last update. Next is
هذا ما عرفت إنه هيك بضرب. تحدد.
good for countering other long-range brawlers, so she might even be slightly better than last update. Next is Colette, moving from the S tier down into the A tier. Even through Colette's hypercharge reworks, she still has one of the strongest hypercharges in the game, and she is one of the best brawlers to counter a lot of bulky aggro brawlers that are being used a fair bit right now. And she's one of my favorite options when you're playing with Big Friend, where you have a lot of tanky brawlers. Pearl is moving from the C tier all the way up into the A tier. Now, Pearl received a movement speed buff a while back, and she very well could have been an S tier brawler for a while, but the nerfs to her hypercharge, as well as a nerf to her total health, keep her down to the A tier. She's still really strong right now, though. Just not as strong as the S tier brawlers that we're going to cover now. S tier brawlers are the cream of the crop, the best of the best. These are your go-to options in pretty much any situation. And kicking us off, we have Spike moving from the A tier up into the S tier. Spike is doing significantly better in this meta, and like always, he's just such a safe choice. He's very hard to counter, and the buff to his hypercharge damage honestly might make up for the nerfs to his hypercharge because of the way that he plays. Cordelius is staying in the S tier. Now, he received a nerf to his gadget, but his new hypercharge easily makes up for that, since he can pretty much guarantee a kill on anyone he puts into the hypercharge Shadow Realm, because they're just so slow for so long. Next is Amber, staying in the S tier. Now, she received nerfs to her attack damage and her gadget damage, and she is still one of the strongest brawlers in the game, simply because of how much damage she can deal and how much area she can control. Next, we have Angelo, starting off his debut in the S tier. Now, Angelo hasn't been played by all of the pros very much, but the few of the pros that have played him and played him a lot say that he is one of the best. It's probably because he can one-shot most of the brawlers in the game when he has his super and his attack, but even without a super, he can still one-shot a lot of brawlers. Okay, next we have Jesse. I'm so excited about this. Jesse's moving from the B tier all the way up into the S tier. Now, Jessie had her hypercharge reworked just like everybody else, but it made her so much better. Even though her hypercharge is generally weaker now, she charges it up way more frequently, and now she's actually crazy strong, and I have been loving playing her a lot. Next, we have and now she's actually generally weaker now. She charges it up way more frequently, and now she's actually crazy strong, and I have been loving playing her a lot. Next, we have Melody. Melody has not been played by anybody else, but I'm putting her in the S tier. This is the one placement that I have any say in. All the other placements were completely made by the pros, okay? But because I've played Melody more than any of the pros, really, I just kind of had to share my thoughts on here. She is going to be a high skill cap brawler, and she's going to be able to deal a lot of damage very quickly. And the fact that she can charge up her supers from a long distance away makes her really strong. The fact she has 3 dashes is also really crazy. Obviously, that might change once we get to play her against actual players, but I don't know. We'll see. She's strong. Next up, we have Charlie moving from the A tier up into the S tier, the 3rd best brawler in the game right now. Just like Jessie, Charlie's hypercharge is weaker now, but she can charge it up way faster than before. On top of that, her super still just ruins so many brawlers, and I don't know if she's ever gonna be balanced without a major rework. She's just like really strong. Okay, up next we have Larry and Laurie, who are 2nd place S tier brawler. Larry and Laurie were completely busted when they were first released. They have received nerf after nerf after nerf, including a massive 17% nerf to their attack damage and a range nerf. Insane to receive those 2 nerfs and still be at the top of the meta. 2nd best brawler on the tier list at the moment. But the best brawler right now has got to be Leon, moving from the A tier up into the S tier. Leon, for some reason, was the only brawler that did not have any balance changes, even to his hypercharge. I don't even know if I can say that he's the most game-breaking brawler right now, but he is easily the most used brawler because of how versatile he is. He has a long range, he can deal damage at a close range, he can check grass, he can move anywhere on the map. He is currently the most solid brawler, and it's no wonder that so many pros put him in their top 3 choice because he's so good. And that is every single brawler ranked from worst to best. If you do share this, make sure you don't crop my smiling face out of there. Once again, a massive shout out to all to best. If you do share this, make sure you don't.
لحظة نسي يحط بتاع المسدسات تبعك مو محطوط مش محطوط بتاع المسدسات تبعك the fuck
Crop my smiling face out of there. Once again, a massive shout out to all the pro players who provided feedback and help here. Thanks again to Samsung for sponsoring this video.
welcome نحضر لنا شوية هذا
So we invoke the salam.
uh-oh
I see. That did a lot of damage. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna gamba. What else I can do? I should have used glare, I guess, but lizard. It's a lot of HP, dude. It's really bad. It's not good. Well, it's faster. All right, we continue to press on. I thought that drain would be doing more, but it's, I guess.
Bowman 7.
Qwerty, thanks for the 4 years. Thanks, game.
شو استنساخ شو بتحكي
Nerfed constantly since then. This last update was no exception, and now one shot most of the tier. Leon first saw me back and helped me.
Alright, gamers. Chat room, I'm gonna cover you up. Please
يعني في
understand.
دبانة حشرة صغيرة غريبة على
It's
الشارع
for a good cause. My shoulder. It won't let me click on the video capture device. What the frick? That's so weird. OBS is weird sometimes.
The crowd's excitement is building over this hot prime sub.
Yo. E-Cell, thanks for the Prime Gaming sub, and Latorius invoked the Parm, dude. It's time to invoke the Parm. Can we get a shout out for Latorius? Appreciate you, dude. How did you get anything happening today, Latorius? Was there any decent runs?
You've subscribed for
Slevin, thanks for the 34. Not today.
It's a long time.
Same.
Wow.
What's the goal right now? Find a new Mon. This one sucks. This ain't it.
You've just
Well,
subscribed.
I mean, Stab
for
Swift.
almost a year.
Oh man, am I thinking about this? No, it's bad.
Did
Renee,
you
thanks for the
honestly
13.
think that you could ever subscribe for one whole year?
Oh, am I getting baited? Am I getting baited by this lizard, dude? It's 40 HP is really bad. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna do
تبع طلع
it.
اف تير.
I guess we could.
tier,
be.
أسوأ
I
tier.
guess we could check. Yeah. Loving the gumshoe cam. Every once in a while, I don't want to say his name because but I have to be careful. Every once in a while, he'll fall asleep on the couch. Well, actually, not every once in a while. Oh, I almost walked into that. A lot of the time now, he does it. He's way more comfortable in bed. So, it is looking like a dead end. I mean, that's been all day today. I mean, choke, maybe. There's 2 Mons we haven't seen in here. Yeah, the seed was honestly... Oh, that's right. Are we fighting a Rayquaza the entire time? Oh, no. I forgot about that, dude. Oh, no. Why am I even here still, dude? Oh, my goodness. All right. Oh, that's so annoying. What, does anyone remember what the Mons were in the first route? We have a repel now, and I kind of want to see what Mons are there. What, the Mon only worth pivoting? Yes. Oh, it's a Blossom. You know what? All right. This is for my good friend Latorius, who just had a Blossom. Let's see what we got here.
Did the dance?
That was not very good. Anyways, that Blossom did us a favor. Thank you, Latorius, for helping us out there. That did us a huge favor. That was a bad seed. Sometimes the seed is just bad, you know? Sometimes you get a seed and the seed says, hey, I'm bad. And then you say, thanks for letting me know, gamer. I appreciate it. Then you move on. Left, where we're going. Let me guess, left? I'm ready for them to say like right or something.
بدي أعرف مين هذه الفتاة. بدي أعرف.
Running it back left. All right, Farmer Cheese, dude. Shout out to Farmer Cheese, the real
يا
one.
واحد بين
Farmed up on a Wednesday, dude. He's so calm. Yeah. He just sleeps, man. He sleeps actually a lot. He was sleeping when we called him for the T word. I can't say that word on stream. He will wake up. I literally cannot say that word.
I've got my lungs and that's a start, and I've got love inside. I may be tiny and alone, but I will stop until I'm home. I'm on my way.
Okay.
I'm on my
So technically, if we
way.
find
And though you hear my stomach
leaf
rumble,
stone,
love to make it back to
we
go
could run this and evolve it.
across. And though the journey's pretty slow, I know I'm gonna find my grow. I've reached the top. And stop!
Wow, what the frick?
My heart will
there.
fly with my number. I won't stop, give up, or stumble.
Well, unless it has a lot of HP. We're
Gumball.
good. Believers,
Okay, that
we
was
are,
half
as the
my
kids
bad,
say,
half my rock.
out of there.
Way! I've got my lungs and that's a start, and I've got love inside. I may be tiny.
Now we just need to find a leaf stone.
No way he managed to do it from the first try.
Thunderbolt! Oh my gosh, can we find a leaf stone? Please? Please? Okay, we are on the hunt for a leaf stone, dude. Dude, if we can find a leaf stone, this is it. It's a randomizer.
زي ما هالحشرة شو قصة؟ اطلعي. ما بدي اقتلك.
Do you believe in leaves? We need to invoke the salami here, gamers. If we can invoke the salami, no, you can't buy one. No, that's why we have to find a leaf stone, because this is an illegal mon.
بتحداك لو اشوف
But if we
كل
get a leaf
الماتشز
stone-
تبعي بتلاقيني انا
Oh, this is such a
لاعب
ridiculous set
بكل
of
فريق.
moves, dude.
كل فريق كنت اسوء لاعب نمبر 10.
How many items are in the pool? I don't know. But we've got like 6 rolls. Ice seal. All right. Well, we got 5 rolls now. No, 7 rolls. There were 7 rolls. Now we have 6. I can't use battle armor because it's a banned ability. Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. This is a legal mon. It's under 400 BST, so we can run it. Oh my gosh. I didn't even think about it. Oh, Andiamo, let's go. All right, gamers, we're so back. We are so back. Oh yeah, we're running it. Absolutely. Gamers, this is it. We are running this thing. listen, a lot of the stuff, I just never used those rules in the old Kaizo. Because I stuck to the OG rules. So I just didn't ever think about it. But it has to be under, as long as it's under 400 BST, you can use banned abilities. Okay. Alright, everything is coming up. I ate your pie. Let's go. This is in fact Pog. Would the evil count as a pivot? I mean, you have to pivot off of. You have to pivot off of it. I don't know. Man, what a great day to be alive, dude. No, that is not allowed. The Sevi rule is not allowed. That's for survival. Survival only. Yeah, if I found the stone, I would absolutely evolve it. 100%. But now we get a bunch of chances if we can make it out. Right, I'm just gonna fight. We're gonna fight this first trainer. And I'm gonna slam the Dragon Rage button. Okay.
What the fuck? No way. No fucking way. No way.
We can't get crit.
No!
No! Oh no, man. Hang in there, little guy.
Okay, he's leveling up though.
I have to do this because if we don't, like if I potion now, it's gonna hit. I gotta go for it. Let's go. How much HP do we need to get back? I think we're gonna have to use our potion. Yeah. Okay.
Damn. No way. You should have ran.
I have to catch this. This is insane, dude. I'm just calling this Lamau, dude. That's goodbye, based bad. You were real. You were truly a real mon, dude. Dude, if there's a leaf stone on one of these items, I am actually going to lose it, dude. I'm ready. Show me leaf stone, dude. Show me leaf stone. Oh. Oh my gosh. Comedy. You ever joke around, gamers? Lava cookie. I just wanted. We were 11 speed, chat. There's a very reasonable chance we get killed by that Dunsparce if we don't go for the first battle, you know? So... Well, we're looking for a new Mon now. It's almost free. And typically I do grab it, but... I'm so sad, right? This Dunsparce is harmed on something, I'll tell you that. Alright, well we need to find a very good Mon because we are fighting 2 higher levels. That is a lot of missed XP. We're not running the Sparse. Thing's bad. What happened to Nuzleaf? He got poisoned. Okay. 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 This is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. Okay. It's really fast. What do you mean I can't get it? What are you guys talking about? This is a different route.
هلا بدك؟ يلا.
This is truly 2-head. Alright, we have one more pivot option. And then it's just, we're sending this to the scrap. One more shot. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Can take this.
That's a good option. That's also a good option. Okay, let's see what you have. Okay, we're faster. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Okay. Guess I could just acid armor here. Trick, okay. Okay, what else you got though? Show me another one of your cool moves, gamer. Okay, beautiful. All right, very fun. Okay, all right. Well, it was a great talk. I mean, the fact that that's doing 2 damage is kind of good. And level 5. Trick Recycle's kind of sick too. Yeah. I think we take that. I think we take that. We take the level 8 of that. Yeah. Maybe the other 4th move's a really good physical move. All right, we're gonna take the level 8 gamers. Because like Uproar is not a very strong move. So the fact that we were +6 and it was doing 2 damage is very good. We're not even checking it. I mean, it had rollout and it did like not enough damage.
هي Pokemon Fire Red بس it's a challenge. A very difficult challenge. بس مسموح لهم يلعبوا
What do you mean
Pokemon
we're
واحد.
gambling on it? It has good
واللعبة
attack
راندوم.
stats.
كل الكاركترز ضدهم ضدك بيكونوا أقوى 50%. راندوم. كل الحركات راندوم. مسموح لك تصيد بس بوكيمون واحد.
I mean, but it has stab.
Like an extremely difficult challenge. هو هلا صار عاده 583 مرة. ولسه ما فاز. لسه ما عدى نص اللعب.
You did? Okay, good to know.
التشالنج كان اسهل من هيك وقعدوا 7000 محاولة عشان يقدروا يفوزوا الناس.
He might be.
This is a bad idea, no?
I don't know, man. I don't want to sit here and scout this. I want to see what the other moves are. Stab Rolly is instant catch? No, it's not good. Like, I mean, I know for a fact that the Flygon has more attack damage. It literally did 2 damage at +6 with a very, very low powered move. I will continue to scout the Shuckle because I think that's the right play, but that thing has really, really good attack stats. Poison Tail. Yeah. Yeah, Flygon is the rare. This is why. I entertain the chat room.
God.
I try to listen to the people that constantly fight me on every decision that I make. And then this happens, dude. And then this happens. See, this is why. This is why you don't. You know, the grass is not always greener on the other side. Sometimes you take what's in front of you. Sometimes you don't get greedy and you say, hey, that thing has good attack stats, let's go for it. It's not fighting. Listen, it's not backseating. It's just I'm trying to be helpful. I'm taking the Flygon. There it is, dude. I'm in. I'm gonna acid armor so I don't die. Okay. Hit it with Meteor Mash. It missed. That did a lot of damage for +2.
Man, خلص stop. Maybe he can one shot you now.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Fly. Gone. Shit. All right, let's see what you got here. That's a lot of HP. Oh boy. All right. Well, it has 2 physical moves, and as I suspected, the attack stat is good. We were correct on that assumption.
Be right
We're
back.
about to send the seed back into the Shadow Realm. Okabe with the big spender. Large purchaser. Okabe is back from the train ride. Isn't it naming it, you know, shh.
Subscribed for 1 whole year. It's a long time. Wow.
We're gonna learn a ground move, and then we're never gonna see ice, dude. We're past the stuff. The ice age is over with. What? I'm gonna invoke the salami on some of my chatters pretty soon. All right, here we go. Jeez Louise, bro. Huge. Show me a good move. Slam, I'll take it, dude. It is literally better than Uproar. Uproar sucks. And I might need Trick and Recycle for some memes. Dude, Trick and Recycle is kind of goated. What do you got for me? Yo! Okay, what up? I think it did hail because I'm a dragon? Okay. I might need to... I think the only play here is to go for Rock Tomb Slowdown? Wait, I'm already faster? What? Was I already faster? I did it. Oh no, I made a mistake. I didn't realize... Was I always faster? Oh, man. So close. Dude, that was actually... Oh, it was going to learn some decent moves. Oh, mamma mia, dude. All right. That's fine. That was fun. All right, yeah. Hold up. I got it. What is that mon called again? What is its name? Nuzleaf? Would have turned into a Sharpedo who had no speed. Yep. Wow. But look at the moves, dude. Flamethrower, Blaze Kick, Ice Beam. Sketch. Oh well. We go Agane. All right. We Gucci. What about the Shuckle? We'll never know. 1 sub to check the Shuckle? Sure. Someone gives a sub, I will check the Shuckle. Can you have chat on screen somewhere? Not with gumshoes on. If he gets up and leaves, chat can come back. Listen, if you're going to be a hindsight Henry in my chat room, you're going to have to pay for it. That's the rules. Okay. Yo, man, Craig. Oh! It's slow, dude. What is with the slow mons today? Oh, this sucks, dude. Decent moves. Well, one decent. This might get out of the lab. I mean, we should be able to one-shot this Pidgey. It's got Trace too, somehow. Well, at least we can... What? Alright. That Pidgey had no idea what was happening, dude. Alright, cool, man, Crick. Alright, we're scouting. This is the day we find Flashfire, Skarmory. It's happening. Flashfire Skarmory is close. I'm not running this, just so we're clear, chat room. I have a limit, and this is absolutely the limit. Sturdy. Oh, does Rattata always have sturdy? Mudkip. Yo, you like Mudkips? What's he up to? I believe he's snoozing right now. I think he's up to being a dog. Oh. Let's see. I'm sure. Are you done? Did you not find a comfy spot, buddy? I think he's migrating out of the room. He's being really droopy right now. Yeah, that's true. He is always droopy. That's what dogs do. Oh, hold up. Hold up. Round 3. No. Not a dungeon. telling you, he's a cat, dude. He's getting the spot comfortable. He's marking his spot. He does need to get his nails trimmed pretty soon, too. That will be happening sooner than later. Alright, he's back. What the dog do? What we got here? Hypno. Hustle. Okay. Oh, this is not good. This thing has no physical attack. Please, please run away. Please, I really need you to run. No, no, I'm gonna run. No, well, sometimes you lose. I wanted to gamble and I lost. Again, I'm willing to gamble in those situations because it's the beginning of the seed. I don't really care. It would have been nice to trace Mons, you know? GG, go next. At the beginning of the seeds. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my goodness. Don't worry about it, Charon. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Charum, I can't tell you this one. Normally I like to tell you things. But I can't tell you this one. This one I would get in trouble for telling. I would be in trouble. Rats. Rats. Are rats. Oh, it's got an energy root too. Okay, too bad. Hidden power? Okay. Man, I'm tempted to use this rat, dude. Energy root, speed boost, it's got hidden power. It could be anything, man. It could literally be anything. All right, let's find out what it possibly is. I'm gonna try this. I want to see. I'm tempting fate. Is that the super effective sound? I don't want... This sucks, dude. I guess I have to use this. Okay. Oh, jeez. That's fantastic. Well, good use. Good use, dude. Well, see ya. All right, we go again. Ludicolo's is like high foreign. We had a really sick Ludicolo today, and its only issue was it couldn't hit Sableye, and that was it. Well, I guess Sableye and Shedinja. And then it died in the lab, because that's what happens to mons that are at anything interesting, they die.